So, good day, ma'am. I am Brother Villarreal, and today I'll be presenting a step-by-step guide on how to solve a maximization problem using the simplex method, especially when the constraints involve a greater than or equal to sign. This requires a slightly different approach than the usual simplex method, and I'll explain exactly how and why. What is linear programming? So, linear programming, or LP, is a method used in mathematics and business to find the best option outcome in a given situation, like mag-maximize ang profit or minimize cost, while a set of restriction called constraints. So, these constraints are linear, meaning they don't involve exponents or curves, and the objective of function we're trying to optimize is also linear. What is simplex method? So the simplex method is a popular algorithm introduced by George Dantzig to solve linear programming problems. Is it especially useful for problems that involve more than two variables where graphical methods aren't practical. So it works by starting at one corner point of the feasible region and moving step by step to another points, improving the value of the objective function at each step until the best or optimal solution is found. So, overview of the simplex method. So, the purpose of the simplex method is to find the maximum or minimum value of the linear objective function. And the approach of it involves starting from an initial feasible solution and updating variable values while ensuring constraints are still satisfied. One of its key advantages is that it can handle problems with many variables and constraints. That's something graphical methods can't do easily. So, simplex maximization problem with a greater than or equal to constraints. So, now here's the special case. What happens when we have a greater than or equal to constraint? So, basically, unlike the less than or equal to type, we can simply add a slack variable. Instead, we need to do is first multiply the entire constraint by -1 to flip inequality. Then we add the slack variable to turn into a standard equation that fits the simplex format. Step-by-step process. Here's the process broken down step by step. So first, we need to identify which constraint has a greater than or equal to sign. Then, we need to multiply that entire inequality by -1. This turns into greater than or equal to into less than or equal to. So next, we add a slack variable to the new inequality. And lastly, write the full equation including that slack variable, which now prepares constraint to be part of the simplex tableau. So this is important process because we can't apply the simplex method properly unless all the constraints are in standard equation form. So let's say we have a constraint like x plus y is greater than or equal to 4. But we can't apply the simplex method directly yet. So here's what we do. First is we need to multiply the entire inequality by -1, which give us -x, -y is less than or equal to -4. And now that is in less than or equal to form, we can add a slack variable. So let's call it s sub 1 to turn into an equation. So -x, -y plus s sub 1 equals -4. But we still have a problem. The right hand side is negative. So we multiply the entire equation again by -1 to make it positive. So x plus y -s sub 1 equals to +4. At this point, we no longer have a variable with a plus 1 that can be used as a basic variable, so we can introduce an artificial variable, let's say s sub 2. So now, the final equation becomes x plus y negative s sub 1 plus s sub 2 equals to 4. So this form is now ready to be used in the simplex tableau. So we have a problem here, which is maximize z equals 3x plus 5y subject to x plus y negative s sub 1 plus s sub 2 equals to 4, and x y s sub 1 s sub 2 is greater than or equal to 0. So this is the standard form for simplex method. So now we can start building our simplex tableau. So first we need the basic. So x, y, s sub 1, s sub 2, and RHS. And s sub 2 and z. So 1, 1, negative 1, 1, and 4. So negative 3, negative 5, and the rest is 0. So this row becomes 1, 1, negative 1, and 1, and the RHS is 4. So for the 0, we subtracted the coefficient from the objective function. Since the z is equal to 3x, 5y, we write it negative 3 and negative 5 under the y and x. So the slack variable and artificial variable is s sub 1 and s sub 2 are not the part of the z equation, so we put them 0. So next, we look at the 0. So the most negative numbers tells us which variables should enter the basis. So here, it's negative 5. So here is negative 5. So y will enter the basis. So what we do now is to do the minimum ratio test to find which variable will leave. So we divided the RHS, which is 4, divided by 1 is equals to 4. So this is our pivot row, and s sub 2 leaves the basis, replaced by y. So since our pivot row is row 1 and our pivot element is 1, and s sub 2 leaves the basis, replaced by y. So elision sa ni y kay ang y ang naipinakadako nga negative number, which is negative 5. So i-update na to atong table, which is basic x, y, s sub 1, s sub 2, and RHS, and then followed by y. So 1, 1, negative 1, 1, and 4. And for the z, 0 is negative 3, negative 5, and the rest is 0. So mo ni siya tong pivot row. So kalimahon na to ni siya. So we got 5, 5, negative 5, tapos 5 nya 20. So tapos i-add na to ang 0 mo na siyang 0. So i-add na to ni siya sa ato ang pivot row. So negative 3 isa. So negative 3 plus 5 and negative 5 plus 5 tapos 0 plus negative 5 yeah, 0 plus 5 yeah, 0 plus 20. So ato na siya i-solve. So negative 3 plus 5 is equals to 2. So equals to 2. Tapos negative 5 plus 5 is equals to 0. So 0 plus negative 5 ay times negative 5 ay plus negative 5 is negative 5. And then 0 plus 5 we got 5. And then 20. So atong i-update ang table nya, ilista na to. Mo na siya to ang bag-o na. So mo na to ang bag-o na 0. So mo na itong i-list. So 2 tapos 0 negative 5 5 and 20. So we check the 0. Since all values 0 or positive, we've reached the optimal solution. So our final answer here is x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 4 and z is equal to 20. So from the tableau, we see that the value of y is 4 and x is 0. So substituting into our objective function, so we got z equals 3x plus 5y equals 3 times 0 plus 5 times 4 is equals to 20. So the maximum value of z is equals to 20. So if na-confuse nga no ang value ni x is 0, kay tungod si x og s sub 1 and s sub 2 are non-basic variable. So which means they are set into 0 in the final solution. So we conclude that x is equal to 0. So that's the final answer. 20. So before I end, I just want to share that this topic was a bit hard and challenging for me, especially in the steps in simplex method with greater than constraint. It's a bit confusing, but as I worked through it, I started to understand how it all comes together. So it really just about breaking down the problem step by step. So even if I'm still learning, but I hope this presentation help make the topic a bit clearer. So thank you for listening and God bless.